Hi there, this is Archai Moon with Star Siren Astrology coming to you in this beautiful Libran new moon on September 28th and 29th, depending on where you are in the world. We are having a beautiful Libra new moon. And why do I say beautiful? Because Libra is beautiful. She is beauty way, she is beauty making, she is intimacy and harmony and balance and justice. And also, there's a whole lot more to Libra than that. We actually don't give Libra enough credit for the complexity and the highly refined intelligence and highly seductive powers that this archetype holds within it. Most Librans that I know and who are my clients are often oblivious to their own complexities. And so what I'd love to do is talk a little bit about some of the desires and some of the complexities and some of the beauty and some of the patterns that we find in Libra. And in that, hope that we can access some of those higher octaves and have a little fun with that ability to mastermind and that ability to seduce and to draw in and to play a game of chess with our loved ones and with our life in the most beautiful, harmonious way, of course. Because that's what Libra does. She just wants harmony. Not codependence, but interdependence. And she also wants to be the star, you know? She is ruled by Venus. And Libra is often, represented as this star. And how I see that is like this ballerina or this Beyonce who's standing on the stage and has so many people around her working and creating and singing their own song and somehow singing and like rising that star up on her pedestal, because that is ultimately what Libra wants, is to be given the kind of intimacy and connection that she desires. And may that be harmonious for that Libra, or hopefully for also all that are involved on that stage. And so as you can see, there's a lot that goes into the interworkings of humans. It's so beautiful that we have this airy, often portrayed as this feminine, but I see it also as a very masculine, calculating, strategic sign. And she's ruled by Athena, which is the goddess of wisdom and war. It's the goddess that was birthed out of the cranium of Zeus, So knowing which move to make, which city to crumble, what move makes this reaction and this result. Libra is often depicted as this wishy-washy one because she actually has the ability to see down many timelines, to not be able to make a decision forfeiting one's power that is contained within the archetype of Libra, to see the potential timelines, to see the interworkings of human dynamics and social dynamics, to see what one's own actions will create, cause and effect. Because Libra can see so many possibilities, it often has a hard time making the choice of one, because Libra can really understand what this person wants and this person wants and how they are perceived by others and how their actions affect others, then it makes them sometimes unable to act, sometimes unable to decipher what is theirs and what is others. What do they want? Where is it coming from inside of them? When Libra gets out of balance with the Arian component, Aries is the polar opposite of Libra. And so if it's out of balance with that polarity inside of itself, of its own desires and its own motives and its instinctual rhythm and its pulse and its direction, and it shames that part or it pauses, it waits, it gets out of rhythm. You know, you pause and you wait, or you forfeit what you want too many times, too many compromises, and you find yourself like, I don't know, I get itchy. I get so itchy and like frustrated, or I get shut down. You know, some people just get like a little bit more disassociated, because Libra is that air sign, so it can get spacey. It can get like, well, I guess I don't know. You know, if you have that pattern going for too long, you lose touch. You don't even remember when the last time you did know, or you did feel that fire and that purpose or direction or that instinct or that sexuality and that passion or that anger. So with all that beautiful, strategic, seductive desire of intimacy and balance and harmony, with all that intelligence, there is a huge capacity to bring oneself and one's relations into alignment during this period. You know, last month in September we had a huge ceremony of Virgo, you know, Virgo and Pisces and Sagittarius. And so we had this deep desire to become clear with oneself, to redevote oneself, to really make sure that our home life and our body and our daily routine was really feeding that Piscean longing and desire and that spirit, that feeling, right? And so Virgo is all about the preparation of oneself, that detoxification, that bringing into alignment. And then Libra is all about, what did I prepare for? I prepared my vessel for the other, for the ability to be with the other. You know, Libra is all about the first archetype that's consciousness is evolving towards, how do I interrelate? How does my actions, my desires, how do I affect the whole? How do I affect the one that I'm in relationship with? The everyone that I work with. You know, it's not all about just your romantic partner or your kids even. Libra is often about the way that we relate, you know, in broader senses, even with friends and family and work as well. But I do say that for me, the patterns, like the really challenging patterns for Libra comes up for me in partnership, you know. But I have also noticed that they also come up in deep friendships. You know, I'm extremely Aries in a lot of ways, in a lot of aspects. You know, I have my sun in my North Node, and I'm like, I know what I want, I know how to get it. I like to go, I follow my head a lot. I go, I'm intense, I'm fiery, I'm passionate, I'm all about the fire. You know, I'm always talking to people about their fire and where is it coming from, and I want to feel it, I want to see it, I want to engage, you know. And yet the South Node and Libra part of me gets really activated when I'm in intimate partnerships, when I have best friends, where I'm in a situation where I'm trying to balance my needs and others. And not only that, but when I really care about that other, that actually activates my Libra, because I'm like, oh, I want to be fun, and I want to, you know, do what you want to do, or oh, I want to give in the way that you want to receive. I want to like mold myself into this perfect lover, or this, you know, perfect massage therapist, this perfect friend that you have these amazing ceremonial, ecstatic, artistic, creative moments with, you know. And so anyways, I have all these desires and all these motives, and sometimes that can cause me to contort myself or to forfeit my rhythm of like, no, that's not safe. No, I don't want to go there. No. And so this month, and especially this new moon, I would say there's a beautiful invitation to take a look at the way that you interact with others, the way that you balance your needs and their needs, the way that you mastermind the relationships around you, even if you don't see it, because most of the time it's subconscious. Sometimes it takes 30 to 45 minutes working with my Libran clients for them to actually see the places where their desires and their motives are causing some of their relational imbalances. You know, for their deep desire to love or to caretake in the proper way or to help somebody or to please somebody, that those are all the reasons that sometimes relationships get stagnant, they get imbalanced, they get toxic, or they just get codependent. We have all these labels that we can put on our relationship dynamics, but oftentimes they stem from a lack of worthiness and a lack of true responsibility of oneself. Because when we don't come from that space of worthiness, we get too inside of the other. We get too inside of what they think, what we think they need, what we think we should do, and we get out of touch with our own desires. We get out of touch with what we really want. And that actually is the thing that causes, for one, ourselves to be unhappy inside of relationships, for us to feel like there's an imbalance and somehow we need to take back, or somehow we need to then react and free ourselves or push away or whatever it is that we do. Or overcompensate, you know, overcompensate and give. Like we feel like there's an imbalance, we feel like there's a distance, something might be wrong, maybe I should give more, maybe I should do more, maybe we should, you know, spend more time, or maybe I shouldn't do the thing that I want to do, which is take time for myself and write poetry or whatever it is. And maybe I need to go be with my friend or spend time with my partner. So like I said, this new moon and the rest of this month, because Libra season has just begun, it will be most of October. And so with the sun and the moon and Venus and Mercury coming together in Libra, we need to look at our relationships. We need to look at the way that we self-sacrifice or the way that we compromise. And we need to look at the way that our relationships are balanced and draw them into alignment. You know, take an extra breath, observe yourself, use that air and that intelligence of Libra to become a little bit more detached from your reactions, from your emotions, and witness, why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I giving what I'm giving? And may this new moon bring you clarity. May you use that air and that fine-tuned intelligence and that desire for connection and intimacy to draw you into connection and intimacy, to draw you closer to your relationships. Watch for patterns of victimization. Watch for those patterns of losing yourself. Watch for those Aries freakouts when we feel like we lost ourselves, when we feel like we're not free, when we feel like we're not heard or we're not met, that push away. Instead, breathe and find a way to change those patterns and draw those that you love into you. Balance all of your relationships. Make a beauty way. Make beauty and make love. Make harmony with this Libran energy. Blessings.